Good afternoon, race fans. Well, welcome to the NASCAR Report. I'm your host, Tyler White. Thanks for joining us today as we get you ready for some night racing this weekend. But first, let's start you off with a look at yesterday's Truck Series race, the University of Northwest Ohio 200, which was supposed to be ran on Wednesday night, but unfortunately got rained out again. Brad Keselowski, your winner, he joins the list of 24 other drivers to win in all three of NASCAR's top series. Congratulations, Brad. Darrell Wallace Jr. second. Ron Hornaday third, Matt Crafton fourth, Johnny Sauter fifth, John Hunter Nemechek sixth, Joey Coulter seventh, Cole Custer eighth, Ben Rhodes ninth, and Corey LaJoie 10th. Now, in my opinion, this race should have been ran last night, not yesterday morning. If you DVR'd the race or saw reports of the race on the 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock newscasts, you could tell that the crowd was very low. It looked more like a football stadium about to be destroyed or a lost highway with tumbleweeds. And part of the reason is running a race on a weekday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's not a good idea because kids have school, adults have work. If the race ran at 7 o'clock last night, there would have been more people there and probably more television ratings. This race should have been run last night, not yesterday morning. They should have ran it last night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The race would have been finished by 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I think we would have seen more action at night than we would have seen during the day. That is my opinion. And also, I think this is what NASCAR should do with the rain delays we keep having. If it's a rain-delayed race and they cannot get it underway the day of the race and they move to the next day, and if they're at a track that has lights, if they're at a track that don't have lights, they have no choice. But if they're at a track that has lights, they need to run the race at night, especially if it's a Sunday race or a weeknight race. That way, kids don't have to miss school, adults don't have to miss work that day. They can come see it after work and after school at night. I think we would see a lot of action and a lot more people at these rain-delayed races that are scheduled to the next day if it was at night. Look now at the point standings for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Johnny Sauter, the points leader. Matt Crafton, second. Ron Hornaday, third. Ryan Blaney, fourth. Darrell Wallace Jr., fifth. Ramon Quiroga, sixth. Joey Coulter, seventh. Timothy Peters, eighth. Ben Kennedy, ninth. And Jeb Burton, 10th. Now, next Sunday, the Truck Series heads off to the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Ontario, north of the border in Canada. That race next Sunday will very well shake up the point standings. That's my bold prediction. Johnny Sauter may be the points leader now, but he probably won't be for long after next Sunday. And tonight, the NASCAR Nationwide Series will take on the half-mile bull ring in Bristol. The Food City 300 on ESPN coverage begins with NASCAR Countdown at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Two drivers that will be a factor tonight, Kyle Busch and Elliott Sadler. Kyle Busch, we know his record at Bristol in all three of NASCAR's top series. Expect him to have a great run tonight. Expect him to be a factor to win. Another factor to win, Elliott Sadler. He won the spring race at Bristol in the Nationwide Series in 2012 and also has a Cup win in 2001 for the spring race. Those two guys will be big factors tonight. That's my bold prediction. And tomorrow night, one of the biggest races of the NASCAR Sprint Cup season, the Irwin Tools Night Race on ABC. Expect Dale Earnhardt Jr. to have a good run. He won this race in 2004. Expect Kevin Harvick to have a good run. He won the spring race for the Sprint Cup in 2005. Also has a great record in the Nationwide and Truck Series at Bristol. Brad Keselowski, the big winner yesterday. Expect him to have a good run again on Saturday night. Two-time winner in the Sprint Cup at Bristol. Expect Carl Edwards to have a good run. He's a three-time winner here at Bristol, and he also won the spring race here in March. Expect Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch to have a good run. They're both five-time Cup winners at Bristol. Expect Denny Hamlin to have a good run. He won this race in 2012. Expect Jeff Gordon to have a good run. He's a five-time winner at Bristol. Expect Jimmy Johnson to have a good run. He won the spring race here in 2010. And expect Matt Kenseth to have a good run. He's a three-time winner of this race, including last year. And one of the great traditions of this race is to have the children of the drivers and pit crews sing the national anthem before the race, and in affiliation with Motor Racing Outreach. which is the on-track ministry that follows the drivers everywhere they go. So I think we're in for a great race tomorrow night, and tonight as well. Alright, our most memorable moment, 1999. Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte going at it. Terry Labonte takes the lead coming out of turn 4 at the stripe on the last lap, but Dale Earnhardt wrecks him at the exit of turn 1 going into turn 2, causing a wreck on the backstretch. Dale Earnhardt drives away with the win with a chorus of boos from the crowd, gets out of the car in victory lane, said that he did not mean to wreck Terry Labonte, but he just meant to rattle his cage up. Folks, that's classic Dale Earnhardt right there. There are people that loved him for that. There are people that hate him for that. And you see, that same driving style Dale Earnhardt had is the same driving style Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch have. But majority of people hate him for that. But yet, Earnhardt, he was both loved and hated for his aggressive driving. So, I thought that was one of the greatest NASCAR moments, and it's also a moment that made night racing in NASCAR pretty famous. That is my bold prediction, and it's also my opinion. Alright, let's take a look at the weather forecast this weekend. Again, coming to us from NBC affiliate WBIR Channel 10 in Knoxville. The forecast does not look good tonight for the Nationwide Series. A 50% chance of rain, low 67, but let's hope that they at least get the race in by 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If they don't, they might have to move to a different day. Tomorrow afternoon does not look too good. 50% chance of rain, high of 86, so they might have to move the Nationwide race to Sunday if they can't get it done tonight or tomorrow. But tomorrow night, the rain should be out of here. 40% chance of rain. That's a slight chance. I wouldn't worry about it too much. A low of 68. And if they have to move the Nationwide Series to Sunday afternoon, shouldn't look too bad. Just a 40%. That's too slight. And a high of 84. So we got some great racing both tonight and tomorrow night. Let's hope the rain just holds off. Let's just pray it does. Let's pray that God holds the rain off for some other time. Okay, folks, that's our show today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tyler White. We're going to be back here on Monday to recap the race. We'll take a look at the point standings, show you what you can expect. And if there are any new developments going on in NASCAR, we'll be right here to let you know about them. Until then, this is Tyler White reminding you, for you, to do unto others as you would have them do to you. We'll see you next time on the NASCAR Report, everybody. Have a great day.